It's in the game.
We're just moments away from the action. All that and more coming up next.
Well, as soon as you see that pirate ship in the north end zone, you know exactly where we are. It's the home of the Buccaneers, Raymond James Stadium in Tampa Bay. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Here's Tyler Bass to get this one started, and we're off from Tampa. Tucker now on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. So here come the Buccaneers, ready for their opening drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities.
And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. Little off center, his man just couldn't adjust to it. First time this game they've looked to him, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Can't cover it much better than that really well-covered Kate on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Hauled in by Godwin. It's a 31-yard play, and that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So the big play has him well into enemy territory and field goal range. They're inside the 30. 1st and 10, here's Mayfield. That's caught, it's Cade Otton. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Baker throwing again. And they will score. It's a Tampa touchdown. The Buccaneers take a 6-0 lead on their opening drive. Mike Evans with the touchdown. He finds one of his great receivers, Brock, and they are off to a great start to begin this ball game.
Yeah, it's such a positive offensively when you could go find not just a field goal, but a touchdown on that opening drive. And defensively, this starts to shake the foundation of your preparation and makes you wonder what's in store.
On is Chase McLaughlin for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Buccaneers will jump out to a 7-0 lead. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Has this at the 6. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. So now the Bills will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. And leading them out, someone who's still the pride of Wyoming University and Fireball, California. One of the league's best and biggest arms, Josh Allen.
We've seen a lot of big arms come and go in the NFL. Few translate that talent, though, into stardom, quite like Josh Allen. It's fun for me on the college football road when I ask these young quarterbacks who they idolize, who they look up to. And just about every big guy that can run says the same thing, Josh Allen, because that skill set is so tantalizing. A player who can rip off a highlight reel play with the pass, and just as easy with the down in just about any situation.
The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
First tone of the game for James Cook. And this is pushed ahead for a gain of 5. That stop made by KJ Britt. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5.
The humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
Here's 2nd and 5. This is complete to Dawson Knox. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. They get 18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Working from the gun, it's Allen. Pass brought in by Amari Cooper. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
They've set themselves up well for an opening drive touchdown here, Brock. It's 1st and goal. Cook runs it in. Touchdown, Buffalo! The Bills finish off their opening drive. It's a James Cook touchdown. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series, and then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Tyler Bass on now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bills respond with 7 of their own to tie it here early. Bass now to kick this away. Tucker now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Tampa Bay sending its offense out. Their 2nd drive coming up. They really have the passing game clicking on that last touchdown drive, partner. We'll see if they stick with that or if they mix things up a bit on this series. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Straight ahead, it's Irving. And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Terrell Bernard tracking that one down. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That's a run that you'll take the result in the NFL every time. A nice play, a solid gain, but it's also a run that you know, and you may come back to, because if you were that close to breaking off an explosive one, you really break the backs of a defense.
From the 32. The Bills getting close, and they take him down. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
This is a time where you get in that huddle and you just look at one another and say, hey, let's get back in rhythm. Get back in rhythm. Get something good to feel good about. Sure, you'd love to get the first down, but more than anything, just find a positive play after a huge sack.
Defense looking to defend the marker on third down. They've got a man in motion. Third and long for him here. He puts some power on a deep one left. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete. Intended target there was Mike Evans. So that brings up 4th and long.
Read and react, read and react, read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. He sends this away, and oh, this is going to be a field flipper. That's taken at the 15. And he gets his offense in better field position here to start. Up close to the 30. Nice 12-yard pickup on the return. And the Bills will take over possession. The Buffalo offense out there for their second drive of the contest. And they're coming off an excellent series throwing the football that led to that touchdown, Brock. So you and I both expecting that defense to be looking for that on this series. It's a gain of 19 on the play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only one? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Out of the option, he's going to keep it going right. And he'll only get this one up to about the 47. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8.
I could promise you that's not what it looked like on the practice field nor on the whiteboard. Typically, QB run is going to net you a whole lot more yardage than that. But let's give some credit. Strong effort by that defensive front who contained a play that typically goes for a whole lot more.
He's got this complete to James Cook. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. That's the end of one. Both teams with a little luck finding the end zone early. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. We're back for the second quarter. Bills in possession of the football. They've got 3rd and 2 to start out. A little touch pass here, trying to move the chains. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
This is one of those real modest gains, Kate, that I like as a call. Adds just a little more variety to your playbook. Makes that defense wonder. Those guys on the other side of the ball think a little bit. This dude's not just a receiver. He may get in the run game as well.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And it can't hurt you with the return if you just kick it out of bounds, right? This one flies out right around the 15-yard line. Tampa Bay are ready to head out to the field. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. Baker now off the play fake. Looking right, and he finds him. And he'll get this up to the 19-yard line as he stopped.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. From the 19. He lobs it up, left sideline, looking for a jump play. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin on that play. And now it's 3rd down.
Defender's not going to be thrilled the catch was almost made on his watch, but more importantly, he breaks it up. Gives him a chance to do a little jawing after the play. Lets the other guy know he roughed him up and cost him that catch.
3rd down, here's Mayfield. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They've got first down from the 31. Here's the give to Irving. And he scampers ahead and gets 2 on the carry.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Baker now from the gun. This one's taken in by Otten. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It goes as a gain of 19 yards. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, here's Baker. Got Evans, it's complete. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26. They manage 22 on the rip and a first down.
Well, that is a well-designed route right there. He really made it easy to get that pass to him. Creating space, QB receiver, deliver.
A new set of downs awaits him. Here's first and 10. Now here's Mayfield. Brought in close to the 8. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers take a second quarter lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His second scoring catch of the game. So, Brock, this offense starting to find its rhythm a bit as they finish things with a touchdown there to give them the lead.
And the key word there that you said is finish, because you want to have that mindset, even early in the game, that field goals aren't going to cut it. So that's great work to make sure they finish with 6 points.
McLaughlin attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Ty Johnson now to return. This return makes it up to the 25. Possession switching back to Buffalo as their offense heads out. It's a touchdown ball game right now, Brock. 14-7 as they start this possession. They're out and set, first and 10. Shakir sent in motion left. First and 10, here's Allen. And his perfect start is over. And that's the first one of his throws to wind up incomplete.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
From the shotgun, it's Allen. Finds Kincaid. And he gets a gain of 9, and that's going to take us to the 2-minute warning. The Buccaneers add another DB. Third down coming up. Receiver in motion, headed right. Allen throw on 3rd and 1. Complete, it's Cooper. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
Well, that is pretty darn impeccable timing between the two. They hit a curl route of that length. It takes great anticipation and precision by the quarterback, and the receiver on the other end finishing it, doing his job.
Bills moving quickly now. They're in the hurry up. Throwing now on first down, Allen. Big catch is made, and he got the feet in too. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for a Bills first down.
Kid, I can't tell you how good that is. Anticipating the outcut, having the ball on the way before the receiver's head even turns, he puts it on him so that receiver can easily get out of bounds for the nice gain.
Allen gonna throw again. Taking a big shot for the end zone. Big gain downfield. And he will score. Touchdown, Buffalo. The Bills earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Exactly the play they were looking for, Brock. They saw it, and he put it right on the money.
Yeah, it really was a perfect play. This is what it looked like in practice, but more importantly now, to get it done in game time, that's what you're looking for. Amazing when it all comes together.
Bass on for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bills tie things up at 14. Pass now to kick this away. Bucky Irving now to return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. The Buccaneers and receiver Mike Evans headed back out. They're getting close to a minute to play, Brock, and they're going to need that time with a long field ahead. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
That pass complete to Irving. And he rips off good yardage, but it will not move the chains. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers. They're first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call is going to be on 3rd down. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Complete beyond the marker. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
1st and 10, it's Mayfield. On target to Godwin. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Baker throwing again. Again, he's got room. And they're going to take this to the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers get some late points and the lead. Mike Evans with the touchdown. His 3rd through the air this game. And that is his 3rd touchdown catch. Certainly enough to call this a very good game for him. And we're still in the opening half, so what else might he accomplish before we're done here? McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Buccaneers break that tie and now lead by 7. The Bucs get lined up, and they will kick this away. Johnson now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The Bills' offense takes over. Not much time remaining in the half. They don't have much time left, but facing a small deficit, they could try to get this into field goal range. Allen now on first down. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. And he makes the Highlgihts. It's a touchdown on the pick six. But we all know getting the interception is the important thing, Brock. But how about this guy having the wherewithal to transition into a really nice return to then get the touchdown out of it, too?
Yeah, that's a great point. We talk about it with the receivers, right? Getting vertical right away after making a catch. Same thing for these defenders when they make a pick. They secure the football, sure, but instantly they go back to their offensive days. They want that touchdown, and they want a moment they won't forget.
That one splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers double their lead to 14. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick six. Johnson with a return here. The Bills getting one more drive here before the break. Not a whole lot of time left for him to put something together here before the break. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he found some running room for a nice gain. The Bills are going to go ahead and call their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Second and 3 now. Operating from the gun, it's Allen. Cook calls it in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. Buffalo calls it second time out of the half. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half. First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Working from the gun, it's Allen. This time they're gonna get there and they drop him. Just before halftime, we get a timeout, take it. Offense to the line for second down. Looking to throw. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up third down. Here comes the final play of our first half. Throwing it just before halftime. And he's not going to get something done. They take him down. So that's how our first half's going to end. A momentum-building play for their defense.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And welcome in everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. We saw a strong first half out of the former Heisman Trophy winner, Baker Mayfield. He threw a first-quarter touchdown pass, then 2 more in the second quarter, a 3-touchdown half. And he may just be getting started. The highlights are fairly one-sided to this point. It's a 2-touchdown difference here at the break. But I wouldn't call this one over just yet. I think there could still be some fireworks yet to come.
All right, thank you, Coach. And we are back and about set to begin the second half. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Now here's the Bills offense. They've got it first to begin the third. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half, too, as they chase this lead. Coleman Allen with the grab. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29.
That's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Second down now, 7 to go. They send him left out of the slot. Now Allen off the play action. He's going to push one deep down the right.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Allen setting up to throw. He's loaded another one up. Tried to float that one in, and defender's there for the interception. Jamel Dean makes the play. And the Buccaneers take possession of the football.
You know, I can still hear the call all the way up in the booth. Okie, Okie! That's what that whole defense screams after an interception, and you see everybody getting involved. That nearly went for a house call. Just an incredible effort by that offense to run it down. But even with that, they will take that Okie any day. What a huge pick in return for that defense.
The Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield ready for this next possession. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Running right, it's Irving. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Rasul Douglas. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, will largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Right back to Irving now. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They got 2 yards there. That leaves them with 3rd down and 5.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Third and short, Mayfield. This throw is caught. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. It's a double-digit gain, 10 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
From the gun, Mayfield. Has it in close. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Well, Brock, not much to say other than the fact that this offense on point. They're just clicking today.
Just rolling. I mean, this is clinic. This is what I call teaching tape. Being well prepared, and more importantly, going out there and executing at a high level.
McLaughlin, attack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Buccaneers stretch their lead to 21. The Bucs get lined up and they will kick this away. Return coming from the 6. And he gets across the 30 before he's brought down. The Bills set to take over offensively. They're down 21 now after that last score and in need of a comeback as we work through this game. They've got 1st down from the 31. Now a give to Cook, running left. And he'll scurry forward for a pickup of 3.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 34. Completed over the middle. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line. They'll move the chains after that pickup of 12.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Now the shotgun give to Cook. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one. Second down now, 7 to go. Allen looking to throw. Hits him on the out route. And he'll have it down to the 44-yard line. He manages a gain of 8 there. And that's good for a Bills 1st down.
It sure seemed like he knew exactly where he was going with that right off the snap.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Flushed out of the pocket. He'll step up, and there he goes. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
It may not show up as much on the old stat sheet, just a short little QB run, but what that does, Kate, is so important. Keeps that defense honest, and in particular, those defensive linemen, those cleats in the ground, they're not just coming after you in the pocket. Now they've got to think about you as a runner as well.
3 quarters in the books from this one. It's the Bills' ball as we start the 4th, but any efforts may be futile facing that deficit. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.